Hi there everyone, this is Sandra. Thank you so much for watching. We have reached the midpoint of the challenge is the 30-day mindset challenge. We focus on the first week. We talked about resistance to change and how this can show up in business and life in different ways and how to fight it. Then during the second week, we talk about resistance to making mistakes and how to deal with this perfectionism and how this can show up in life in different ways and how to deal with it. And then this week we're gonna focus on the resistance to the idea of being an expert. This is another topic that really limits people, holds them back, because they think things like, I haven't been long enough in business, or I don't know enough about this subject, or I don't consider myself an expert. I really don't, I really shouldn't be talking about this kind of thing. Some people might think, I'm not enough, whatever it may be. Maybe you had a bad experience, maybe something happened along the way that make you think this way, or maybe you are starting out, maybe you just opened a business, maybe you are just experiencing new things in your business and you feel like that expert word is like too much, right? The problem with this is that there's a lot of opportunities that are around you that you're not taking advantage of because of this block that you have. What I want to focus on today in this video is two main things. The first one is that I want you to think about your favorite author or your favorite celebrity singer out there, someone that is huge, that have sold tons of books or tons of albums, who is on top of the world, that you admire so much. Whenever that person has a new project coming up, a new album, a new book, whatever it may be, right? These people are usually, for the most part, very, very, very dedicated, very strict with their schedule. They're very, they know at what time they're gonna wake up, what they're gonna eat. During this process of coming up with this project or writing this project or performing, whatever it may be, right? And it doesn't matter how much social proof they might have, how much money they might have in their bank account, how many awards they might have won. It doesn't matter. Any of that stuff is not proof enough for them to just relax a little and be like, I'm an expert, this is gonna be fine. All of them, actually, if whenever they start touring and they start asking them questions and they go through a lot of interviews and that kind of thing, there's a common theme, right? That they're like, I don't consider myself an expert. I still have to wake up early. I have to set time aside to practice. I have to do this thing because I want to make sure that I'm better, and I don't feel like I'm an expert. I feel like I'm always learning. I feel like I'm always evolving, and they feel like they're always students, right? So it doesn't matter where you are in your business, whether you are huge or in the middle of the journey or just starting out, whatever you are. This feeling of not being enough and not knowing enough and not having done enough, it's normal, it's human, everybody feels it. J-Lo, when she goes out and performs, she still practices like crazy because she wants to be the best of the best. If you are a fan of anyone, think about anyone that you admire in whatever area, anyone that is successful, they always put the time, they always practice, they always say that they're students and they're always learning, and they never feel like they are experts. So if you don't feel like an expert, you just feel exactly like the person you admire the most, exactly the same. It's just human. So that's a relief. Accept that and just know that as long as you are putting effort, that you are educating yourself, you're practicing, you're trying to get better every day, you are doing your part, and that's enough. And then the second thing is that you also have to realize something, that no matter where you are in your journey, you always have value to give. So it doesn't matter if you just graduated, right? You just graduated, you have a fashion merchandising degree, and you're about to start your business. It doesn't matter. You still have value. Maybe someone who is in high school who doesn't know yet what area to pick, or within the fashion industry, where to study, where to go. That person might love talking to you and ask you questions about your experience, your journey, right? That's valuable to them. Or maybe you just I don't know, you just open a boutique, right? And you're new to this, but maybe I am thinking about opening a boutique, and I would love to speak to you because, what made you open the boutique? What happened before that? How do you get prepared for doing that? There's ton of value in that experience that you just went through. Or maybe you are in your 40s or in your 50s, and you just left your corporate job, and you're launching a jewelry line or a clothing line, and maybe you have a ton of experience in marketing, right? Because of your previous job. So wherever you are, it doesn't matter if you've been in the business 1 day, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, no matter where you are in that scheme, you always have something of value to share, okay? And you are always gonna be 5 steps ahead of someone, and that person that is behind you is always going to appreciate that you share that knowledge with them. So when someone comes to you and they tell you, I want you to be in my show, or I want you to be in this radio segment, or I want to interview you, or I'm putting together this event and I would like you to come and speak for 20 minutes, or whatever it may be, and you say no because you feel like you don't know enough, you haven't been long enough in the business, because you don't consider yourself an expert, you're limiting yourself, you're limiting your business, and you're not helping the people who need your help. So always, always, always remember these 2 things. It's totally normal to feel that way. Even the most famous and accomplished people feel the same way. And you always have value, right, to give to someone. As long as you're honest, as long as you're sharing information that is real, as long as you are working every day to do a better job and be a better person, you do have value to give, no matter where you are in the spectrum. So I hope that's helpful. I want to tell you, don't limit yourself. If someone comes to you, like I said, for an event, for a media appearance, for a collaboration, whatever it may be, if it feels right, if it's something that gets you excited, and you can provide value, why not? Do it. And in a little bit, we'll share, of course, the affirmation of the day and the action of the day. And I have been reading all your messages, your likes, your comments, everything. I've been receiving a lot of direct messages, which I love. So keep doing that. Keep sharing your experience. Let us know if how is this helping you. If you're going through this right now, and maybe someone offered you something and you're dealing with this idea of, resisting the idea that you're an expert, let us know. Anything we can do to help, we'll be happy to do so. And if you have any questions at all, of course, share them here in the group, or you can also always email me. So let me know how this is working out, and stay tuned for the affirmation and action of the day. Like I said, this is gonna be the focus for this week, how to deal with this idea, stop resisting this idea of being an expert. And yeah, I think that's all for today's video. Let me know how it's going. It's so great to have you here, and I will speak to you guys very, very soon. Bye.